Alright, welcome back to how to verify and update order info for an import. So this is part 2. Last time we looked at verifying and recording the container size, availability, steamship line last 3 days using the system with links. We verified the container status and we updated the team. Now there are a couple things that we probably didn't hit because there are a couple different scenarios that can happen, but the general sense of the video one was just to show you exactly how to go about doing that, and then I'll create a couple more drill down videos based on certain scenarios later on. But what you learned and what you will learn in video one is the overall way to get that done. And that's essentially all you really need. And then you'll build upon that. But that's your foundation, going through links, checking all the above. Now let's jump into verify and record empty return location using the steamship line contacts and links. Alright, let's check it out. So again, we're looking for this is an import, a load that came into the United States and was unloaded. The driver let us know, hey, I'm unloaded. Now we need to let the driver know exactly where this container is returning to. So let's just pick one. See what we got here. CH, this is a chassis deal. MRKU. So you always start with the steamship line when you're trying to determine where to return the container to, because that's who's letting us know. That's their container. The steamship line owns that container, and so they will let us know exactly where they want that type of container size container returned to. So that's where you're starting with, is your steamship line. In this case, the steamship line is Maersk. Right here, the one that we've selected. The container number is MRSU 537. So we need to know the steamship line. We also need to know the size of the container. But let's start with the steamship line and container. Let's see what size this is. Well, yeah. Generally, you'll be able to see where the size of that container, right there, 40-foot high cube, right? So it's showing us a 40-foot high cube. Let's just verify it. This is not something you're gonna have to do every time. You could, but it's not very necessary, as long as everybody. Again, the system is only as good as the input. So if we input bad information, we're gonna get bad information back. It also says 40-foot high cube there. We can triple check. Let's see if this was taken out of Bayport. It's loading right now. It's thinking, is it gonna let us in or not? It let us in. All right, let's see here. A little bit about this screen again. You're looking at the container number. It is not available. It's not available because it's already taken out. The position is not a Y position for yard. It's not a V position for vessel, still on the boat. It's in the T position, which is the truck. And this is the license plate number for that truck that took that out. Bill of lading number, container number, again the truck number or license plate number that removed this container from Bayport. The last 3 days was 11/11, or is 11/11 for today. Looks like we got it out yesterday. And it is in fact a 40-footer, because that's what we just saw here. 40-foot high cube. 96 high cube, 86 is standard. little bit about that screen. So we know that's what it is. It's a MAERSK container also. The line, the steamship line, is MAE. MAE means MAERSK. So it's a shorter version for MAERSK. Let me see if they have that anywhere else in it. No, they don't. You'll know these by, within a few weeks, you'll know what this would mean. This is a MAERSK. And if you weren't sure, you would just ask someone. Let's go to home page real quick. Click here for today's empty acceptance. So this is one resource, but it's not the main resource. I'm mainly taking you here so you can see this right here, MAERSK. MAE stands for MAERSK, Barber's Cut. What this document is letting us know, or is hinting at, again, this is not where we're going to go for all our information for empty returns. Only because it's not as accurate 100% of the time. It's updated as of 7/22, but we'll show you where to go. But it is a resource. It gives an indication. MAERSK is returning not to Barber's Cut. They're not accepting 40-foot, 20-foot, 20-foot regulars, 40-foot regulars, or 40-foot high cubes at Barber's Cut at all. Okay. They're also not releasing any. They don't have any for you to come pick up, but they're absolutely not accepting them. So let's come over here to Bayport. Right? Yes. So they're both releasing and they're accepting empties. They're releasing empties and accepting empties, all sizes at Bayport, according to the links. Acceptance. Okay. Down here you'll see your chassis pools, which chassis you can use for each steamship line. DCLI goes with these steamship lines. Track chassis go with these steamship lines. This is a MAERSK container, so it probably has a DCLI on it maybe. Anyway, we can say that this container that we're looking up is a MAERSK, and it's a 40-foot high cube, and it should be able to go back to Bayport. But before we tell the driver or put this here as Bayport, I'm gonna keep this orange because it's a maybe. But let's go see. Again, this is a MAERSK, so here's where you'll go. Quick reference. You'll go to your CSR quick reference guide. It's going to be in your ops tools right here. Quick reference guide, PDF, and Microsoft or Google Doc. So let's see if we can find out where these empty containers are going to for MAERSK. You're going to scroll through here. Concerning steamship line useful links. Right here it says MAERSK returns. So these are empty returns. So let's try this place. You click on that link, and then you're going to find your steamship line right here, which is MAERSK, and you click on that. It's a little weird, but this is what you do. You're not gonna fill out anything down here. You won't touch any of that. You'll simply find your steamship line, click on it, and for MAERSK in this particular case, and they're gonna download this spreadsheet. All right. We're gonna open up this spreadsheet, and they'll do this every day. So you can't use the one for yesterday. You have to download one new every day. All right, let's see what it's saying. Now, I'm going to show you this. There's a couple different ways you can do this. Let's get this container number first. I don't subscribe to this one because it doesn't always work, and I'm on a Mac, so it sucks even worse sometimes. But I'm gonna paste this container number there. Press F2. And it's not gonna work. It almost never does for me anyway. It does sometimes, but no worries. If it doesn't work, again, you enter the container number here, press F2. But I wouldn't even concern myself with that. It works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. Again, you just go to North America, find your city. This is my default now. I don't even, I go straight here. All right, so Houston 40-foot high cube. This is the size and type. Location Houston, size 40, type high cube is going to Bayport. They just verified for you, okay? If this was a 40-foot reefer, it would go to CMCA depot. If this was an open top Maersk, it would be going to Bayport. If this is a standard, it's going to Bayport, okay? So this is where you find the information for this particular container. So we can essentially say, yes, this is going to Bayport if it's returning on 11/11. Return location as of 11/11. Okay. Now I'm gonna leave it orange because it may not be going today, returning today. But as of 11/11, it's going to Bayport. Okay. Let's see here. That is one. Let's do another one. Let's pick a different one. Let's go to the OTR board. See if we can find a different steamship line. We got an OOC. Let's try that one. OOC is OOCL. So let's find out where we can get the return location for this. Again, let's go to the chassis empties on, the daily chassis empty acceptance document on links and see what it says for OOC. According to this, it says it can return to any size OOC can return to Bayport and release to Bayport. But again, this is just preliminary indicators. Again, I wouldn't use this all the time, but it does give you a little information. It cannot be returned to or picked up from Barber's Cut. Let's see. So we're gonna go to our quick reference tab. See if we can find OOC. Here it is right here. This is where we find out where to go, where to send these to. Oops, there we go. Let's go back here and get the size of this container. This is also a 40-foot high cube, so we know the size, we know the steamship line, and of course today's date is 11/11. So we're gonna determine where to return this to based on those parameters. Again, you got steamship line, size, and date. And we're gonna accept these cookies. Cookies and no milk. Let's see here. Empty container return. This is going to be the Gulf, Houston, Dallas. We're in Houston. So they're also going to give us a spreadsheet. All right, so let's find this 40-foot high cube. 40-foot high cube today is going to return to Winners. WW Rolling. Right here. it came out of Bayport. This 40-foot high cube came out of Bayport or Barber's Cut. So it's going to go to WW Roland or Winners. If it came out of BNSF Houston, it would also be turned to Winners. If you took this from Hazlitt or Depot in Hazlitt, that would be a different story. Not sure what new means, but maybe new. I'm not sure what that means. New Mexico, possibly. You won't be using this anyway. Bayport or BNSF Houston, they're both returning to WW Roland. So as of today, if we were returning this today, it looks like somebody may be doing something on this today. If we return this today, it will be going to WW Roland or Winners. Let's say W Winners. Now, once you find out where these containers are going, I skipped a step for you a little bit on accident. We have this one going to WW Roland. You would then, if this was the same day that you were sending this to a driver, you would then put this same location. Again, you have to update the whole system. So we would go to this pro number, 102156. And search for it in your operations console, 102, what I said the number was? 102156. We'll open up the pro and give the driver the return location right there and save it. It would hit book load and it'll give that driver the information for return. Now, because we're not sure if this is going to be returning today, we're not going to save that information there. We're going to leave it alone. But that's what you would do. You would do that for every time you updated the return location. Same thing we just did for the other that I can't find. I guess that was on the local board. Let's see. Yeah. So for this one, you would do the exact same thing. Hit back right there. If you make a mistake, just go back there and hit back or undo, redo. You can use those. The same thing here. We'll go find that pro number. I'll show you one more time. 102423. Right. Here's another way of picking up that order. We retrieve order 102. My memory is not the best. 423. So this is another way we can pull this order up right here from the billing screen or the dispatch screen. And we can place the return location right here. Bayport 1110. So it looks like somebody may be returning this today. And we'll go over that in another video. And then go over dispatching. So it seems like somebody has that in there for 1110, but it is not on the return location yet. It should be. If it's in the grid as 1110, if that information is in there, then this information should be also on this board, and vice versa. If the information is on this board, it most likely needs to be in the portal as well if there's a place for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that green because we just opened up the pro and realized that that was actually in the pro. So that's how you look up the container return locations. You verify it. You verify and record empty return location using the steamship line contacts that you find here in your CSR reference guide. And you also have a backup here to verify. Or if you check here, be sure to verify at the proper steamship line website. This is the place you want to go. You do not want to rely on this. This is helpful, but it's not where we want to go all the time. So, just to be clear, This is where you want to go for all your returns and your empties. Come straight to your CSR quick reference guide. Find the steamship line that you're looking for, return information on. And that steamship line that owns that box will let you know exactly where to return that empty to. Now, once you find that information, here's the final step. Updating your team. You've updated your DMS. You've updated the board. You've updated the portal. Now, just for an example, we're going to save. Let me pull this container back up. This OOC container. It was this one, right? So this is how we're gonna, let's say we're returning this today. Let's go to our emails, pop it up for the customer, and let them know that this container will be returning to, what did it say? It's a 40-foot high cube. It's going to WW Roland. So we'll just do it real quick and let them know that this could be returning to WW Roland. Boom, according to OOC. Again, they drop down an Excel document. So let's see if we can save this as a PDF. Steamship line, empty, to return, 11, and we're going to save this as a PDF. You can also screenshot, so let's do that. We can screenshot that. Okay. We're going to save it. Or maybe not. Let's do it this way then. I'll say 4 pages for them. Alright. Good morning, team. Heads up. The subject container may return to an off-terminal site. An off-terminal site is anywhere besides the port, so that's what we're letting them know. See attached. We will check on the actual return date. Maybe quick look at it real quick. Yeah, there you go. They got everything in there. It's a little proof real quick. And now your team is updated. So your board is updated, your DMS is updated, your team is updated. And all in a matter of a few minutes. And then you go on to the next one. And you rinse and repeat this same exact cycle. And it goes a lot faster. For training purposes, it's a little slower because I'm breaking things down a little bit more. But that's essentially it. Again, when you're looking for the return location on a container, you're looking at your steamship line because they're the ones who own it. And they're going to let you know where they want it to be returned to. You're going to need to know this container size because depending on the size, they'll let you know where it needs to be going based on whatever their supply chain wants for that size. And you can look at links. You look at your steamship line contacts, your links, and make sure you update all the DMS on the portal, the board, and update your team. And be accurate.